On today's episode, we have celebrity fitness trainer Paulina on the show, and we go everywhere in this episode.
Yeah, if you have breast implants, even if you don't, it's a really good one to listen to. But we talk about breast implant illness, we talk about gut health, how to get rid of bloating, and what exercises we all should be doing and not doing.
And don't forget, if you could, please leave a review on this episode. Let us know what you think, and make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Without further ado, here's Paulina. Paulina, I feel like so much of your brand is built on your personal experience and the way you've navigated your health problems. And I kind of want to get into all of it. But I think one of the bigger decisions that you made along your health journey, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the explant surgery.
Oh, yes. That's a fun story.
I would love to know, like, what went into your decision? What were you dealing with before that made you think that this could possibly help you?
Okay, well, let me start off by saying I was like super flat chested my whole life. That was something I was like, when it's time to get my implants in, I'm like, this is going to be me. Like, this is like my turning point in life to like feel like a woman. And I remember feeling so good once I got them, my confidence raised. I had my baby. I'm like, wow, life's good. And I'm like, I have boobs now. Like, you know, I feel so confident. And then I remember being postpartum with my first son, I started getting like these weird symptoms. And I remember talking to my husband and I'm like, I think something's wrong with me. And he's like, no, you're just postpartum. You have hormones. Like this is new to you. Like you don't know what you're experiencing. And I remember just feeling so ill all the time. Think about have like the worst hangover of your life. That's how I felt every single day.
Oh, wow.
And it was like my stomach, it was my head. I felt like this intense brain fog. I was having 4 coffees a day and it's still, I could take a nap. I was losing hair, my joints hurt. And I still was like, it's postpartum.
For sure. How immediate after your surgery did you start having symptoms?
Maybe it wasn't actually until I had my first son. So 2 years.
Okay.
Fast forward 2 years. And that's when everything happened. And I was like, okay, like it can't be that. I was fine. Like why all of a sudden? I started getting really bad food allergies as well, to the point where I had to carry an EpiPen with me. I had like an insane allergic reaction to almond milk. Something that I drank every day. And I was just like, you know, it's postpartum. So then I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's hormone based. So I started getting blood work done and everybody's like, you're fine.
You went down the rabbit hole.
I went down the rabbit hole and avoided anything that was like, it's, you know, it's your implants. So I was like, okay, I'm going to add in all these supplements. I'm going to do all the things, and nothing worked. Everybody told me, you're fine, you're this, you're that. I must have spent thousands of dollars trying to figure out what was wrong with me, to the point where I was like, okay, maybe I have cancer. Like something is wrong with me. And I remember I went to one doctor and it was an allergist. And he did all of my allergy testing and he's like, you are fine. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. He goes, let me test one thing. He gets my blood work and he calls me back 2 weeks later and he goes, you have lupus.
Oh, you had an autoimmune.
Yes. So he's like, you have lupus. And when it came to that, I was like, there's no way. I am healthy. I work out. I am a mom. There's no way I have lupus. Like, I don't have some of these symptoms. And he goes, you have lupus. You have the positive anti-DNSA, I believe it's called, and a positive ANA, which directly points at lupus. And also I was diagnosed with connective tissue disease. So he told me, you might want to see a rheumatologist. And I was, you know, at that point.
How old are you at this point?
24.
You're a child.
Jesus. Yeah. And it got to the point where he was like, you know, this can affect your life. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like your longevity of your life, not just like shorten the years off your life. And I remember just sobbing to myself, like, I'm not going to be around for my children. Like, because of this. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand why. Why me? I've been healthy my whole life. Why now? And so I kind of avoided it for a little bit. I was like, okay, like, you know, one of those things where you're like, okay, I don't want to know.
For a second.
Maybe it'll go away if I talk
exactly.
About it. Yeah.
So then eventually I got pregnant again. All my symptoms went away when I was pregnant. Then postpartum again, they all came back after my second son.
Wild.
So finally, after my second kid, I was like, okay, we got to do something about this. I went and saw my rheumatologist, and I had a breast augmentation to get them redone, scheduled for the previous week. And the rheumatologist goes, if you put them back in, you're going to ruin your life. And it was a doctor here in Newport. And he goes, it is your breast implants causing your issues. He goes, have you ever read the pamphlet in your implant? Your implant, actually, what they give you before surgery?
I feel like any of these pamphlets, if any of
I'm
us
like,
read them,
at the point, I'm like, put them in. I don't want anything to do with this pamphlet. I don't care about the safety. Everybody
Sign
has
a waiver.
Yeah, exactly.
Double Ds.
Exactly. So I went back and read it. It says, can cause lupus and connective tissue disease. First line. I took them out. All of my symptoms gone in 24 hours.
Okay, so you were scheduled to get them redone. You had them in. You were just going to get it and instead you're like, no, I'm actually going to have you just remove them.
It was a little bit more.
Did you go to the same doctor?
I did. So the same doctor who was going to put them in.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So actually the doctor that originally put mine in, he was on the board of breast implant illness. So he wouldn't even... Yeah, but then he stopped practicing. It was a whole issue. I don't know what happened.
Well, probably because he found out too much about breast
implant illness. But he doesn't even put them in anymore. And he's the one who put them in me.
Does he take them out?
Yeah, he only takes them out. But he stopped practicing, and I'm not sure why. Okay. But it got to the point where I was calling every single one of my friends who had because it was becoming more popular at the time, and I feel like...
This is 3-4 years ago?
Yes. Yeah. So actually it's been, I think, 2.5 years it's been almost.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's when it started.
So anybody who had an explant, I'm like, girlfriend, tell me everything. Do I need them? Do I not need them? I called my family, and I had mixed reviews. The people you're gonna hate yourself.
Right.
It's gonna affect your life, or you're gonna feel better.
I do feel like there's breast implant illness.
Yeah.
And then there's just symptoms that make people not feel as great as maybe they did before they had them in. Yeah. But you sound like you had actually breast implant illness.
I thought I had cancer. I
thought something was
I was serious. It was serious.
You felt like you were dying.
Oh, every day. And I contributed to everything else that could have been.
That's so crazy because we had someone else on that talked about explant surgery, and it's the same thing, the immediate relief.
Oh my God.
Feeling clear.
Oh my goodness. I woke up feeling, just from surgery, oh my gosh, I felt it's crazy to say this, but I felt reborn again. It was I can't even explain the feeling. I woke up and I was like, I can breathe. I can open my eyes all the way. I can talk without feeling like my brain is not working.
But you have boobs, so I need to understand this because I don't. No, you do though. You have something. Did you get a transfer?
No, I got a lift.
You have a lift.
Yeah. I've got nothing.
Okay, I got breast implants when I was 18.
Okay.
I'm one of how many girls did my dad have? 6. He had 9 kids. They're not.
Wow.
All, okay. Yeah. So all of them huge tits. 3 have had reductions. Everybody else, Courtney's tits, they're huge. Yeah. They left me with nothing. I was the last girl, and there was everybody was
nothing to give for you.
Nothing, double A, nothing. 32A was my size. As soon as I turned 18, a week after my 18th birthday, I put implants in. I got saline, so I don't know if there's a difference between saline and silicone.
I had silicone, but something I did find out was that even though you get saline, it still has a silicone outer shell. So it just depends on how your body
the plastic shell, around what's holding it.
Exactly.
So I have been do I get them out? I'm 36, so let's do the math. They're 18 years old. I'm really pushing the envelope. I've had my kids. I'm something needs to give here. And I keep wanting to get them out, but I'm I don't even know. They've been a part of me since I was 18.
Oh, for sure. It literally is
not my identity, but
but that's how I felt, getting them in.
It's my arm. They're just there for 18 years,
No, but that's why it is a big decision. So you didn't have a ton of time to think about it then, right?
I had less than a week.
You were sick.
I had less than a week. I think it was 4 days.
And you were a mom of 2.
Yes. But I'm going to tell you, if I wasn't a mom and I didn't have children that needed me and relied on me and a husband who cared for me, I probably would have kept them in. Because I'm
powering through your symptoms.
Powering through your symptoms because I had nothing to really live for at that time. But when he told me this is going to take years off your life and years without your children, it Immediate. Yeah. It was a no-brainer.
Okay, so what did that whole process teach you about your overall health and kind of catapulting you into wellness space?
Yeah, I definitely was into wellness beforehand, but I thought of it as, you're dieting, you're looking good, you're toned, it's the physical image. Mm-hmm. But after this happened, I was like, wow, your internal health is so much more important than the outer layer of it. It just is life-changing. If you're internally not feeling well, the outside does not matter at all.
Right.
So I tell people, stop focusing on the outside. Focus on what's in the inside. Heal from the inside first before your outside, because your outside will show. I look back at photos of myself and I'm like, wow, I looked sick. Like I thought I looked good, but apparently like I look at photos now.
You felt sick and
I felt sick and I the outside
it showed.
it did show.
Yeah.
After you got your explant, when you got blood work and everything, was everything a lot better? Were you?
Let me tell you this. So I actually went to get life insurance, maybe after my second kid, and they would not insure me based off my blood work because I had an autoimmune disease.
And you're in your 20s.
I'm in my 20s. They insured my husband, no problem, but with me, they came back saying no. And I was like,
oh, that's a...
that was, yeah, that was like a really hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
So I got my implants out. I got my blood work redone and they reassured me.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It really did change everything.
It changed everything.
See, this is why I want to do it.
You're honestly like, like I'm not someone to be like, I know this is a very sensitive topic to a lot of people. Like I've lost friends over this because I'm advocating, but it doesn't mean it happens to everyone. Everybody has their own different journey, symptoms. You have to do what's right for you and listen to your body. But it changed my life 1,000,000%.
Why do you think it's so controversial to people? Like, I don't really understand why breast implant illness is such a controversial topic, because it's like, okay, if you feel sick, get your implants out. And if you don't...
Because I think a lot of people like don't want to accept that is
the
like
case.
How I'm saying right now.
I was the same way. Like I told you, I was like, it's everything else but this.
Yeah, and like, okay, look, I
Yeah.
have PCOS. I've had to be IVF. I've had skin allergies. Like I've had all of these things, but again, I've had my boobs since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm like, has that been my whole life, or is this a part of it? Like the last 18 years has been a fog. Is that a part of the like? Who knows? But I feel like for a lot of women, it's controversial because you're like, getting them out is such a part of your identity.
Yeah, and
Not
so
like
you don't want to like
identity,
admit
so
it.
scary.
shallow. It just is like it's.
But that's what I was telling him about. It's the physical, like this is me. I'm gonna lose me if I take these out. Why are we in a society where to have big boobs and implants like is your whole identity? And I feel like I had to relearn that. But now that I'm on the other side of it, I'm like, wow, like they weren't me. Like I was me.
Totally.
Yeah,
I didn't lead with my boobs. That wasn't what people saw about
Right.
me. You know, they saw
you and a much better version of you now that you're healthier.
Exactly.
I would love to step back a little bit. You said you were in wellness before this whole saga. What got you into the wellness space to begin with?
Oh geez. Okay. So I was actually the heavy girl. I was known as Big P. That was like my nickname all through school. I remember do you remember when you're in like middle school and they give you the ID cards that have your weight on it?
Oh.
No.
It's like one of
What school did you go
I'm like,
to?
wait,
That's
I think
terrible.
mine's
like the
That's
stranger
great.
danger thing that you're supposed to keep in your backpack.
like
That
an
like
ID.
shows like an
Okay.
ID card. Like if
okay.
something happens to you, they know who you are, what you look like, your hair color. It's like
Okay.
an ID.
Height, weight.
Yeah, and I remember they did that during class, and you had to get on a scale in front of
Oh
everyone.
my God.
I was like 118 pounds in like second grade. And I remember all my other friends who got on the scale were like 70s, whatever. And I remember everybody being like, big girl, big girl.
I want to cry right now. I just started profusely sweating for you.
Oh,
Doesn't that break your heart?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
so-
believe you had to step on a scale in front of
Can
other
we
people.
sue your elementary school?
It was like the outside company that did it. You know, my
Okay,
mom like
right.
signed up for me to do
Okay,
it.
when they came, it was like, do the stretch test to see if you could touch your toes, go
Yeah,
down
yeah,
and see if
yeah,
you have
exactly.
scoliosis.
Yeah, yeah,
like, that's what I went through. And that was bad enough. And do you have lice?
So I remember after that, I always felt like, wow. Like that was my first turning point of like, I am bigger than everyone else. Because as a kid, you don't see yourself as that. You see yourself as like, okay,
kid.
even as an adult, you still look in the mirror and you still don't see like, you see
Right,
yourself
right.
differently. But that was when I was like, oh, geez, okay. And I remember trying to do everything. I'm like, okay, like maybe if I just don't eat that. And I'm in second grade.
Oh, shoot.
Maybe if I don't eat that, maybe I'll look like so and so. And then I remember feeling like I was like idolizing these girls. I'm like, wow, she's 70 pounds. Maybe if I look like her and I dress like her and if I wear Abercrombie and Fitch, I'm gonna look like her. And I always had this like false identity about myself. But then fast forward all through elementary school, all through middle school, I was bullied about my weight. I was bullied about, oh, you're going to eat that. You're going to eat that. So I remember I would starve myself at school. I was bullied about my weight. I was bullied about, oh, you're going to eat that. Crunch, like a whole thing of mac and cheese. And I remember I felt so much comfort in eating, but I wouldn't feel guilty. But that was just my crutch was the food.
It was an emotional, yeah.
Yeah. And then also we were having some family issues. There was a lot of addiction going on in my family. So I felt like that was my coping mechanism to be able to eat. I'm like, okay, as a, 10-year-old girl, I'm like, at least I have food. Thank God.
True stability.
Exactly.
Food will always be there.
Exactly. So I just, all through high school, bullied, stuff like that. And then I remember when I think I was 13 or 14, my mom was working out with a trainer, and my mom was very okay, into her physical appearance. So she had a trainer come to the house, and she'd be like, Paulina, get out here. Let's work out together. And I'm like, if I have something to do about it, I'm not working out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
I love that your mom was trying to encourage, though.
She wasn't like, oh, you need to work out, because you're a big girl. She was like, come on. And then the trainer used to come into my house. He's like, get up, let's go. And I remember hating this guy. I'm like, I hate him. If he looks at me, I'm going to lose it,
Yeah.
And then finally she'd get me to work out, and I'm like, I was sore for weeks on end. And I even played sports too. I played soccer all growing up, but I was never the thin girl. I was the one who ran in the back. I was the goalie. So I didn't have to run,
Smart. You're like, I'm going to hang out here.
Yeah.
I'll be here if you need me.
But then weirdly, a couple months into working out, I enjoyed it. I felt I didn't feel as insecure. I didn't feel as uncomfortable in my body. I was like, oh, that little love handle's getting a little bit less, or my jeans fit better. And I was noticing this at a young age. So I kept doing it, and I was just being a little bit consistent. I would show up to this guy's workout groups, and they were at a park. And then I specifically remember a year later, he goes, why don't you take this half of the group and I'll take this half of the group, and you put them through a workout and I'll put them through a workout. And I was like, done. I felt an absolute love being able to help other people who were at my, where I was, feeling low, feeling insecure, and help them come to a point of feeling better about themselves. So I feel my journey into wellness was a self, I needed it for myself, but it turned into something so much more than that, where I was able to fulfill my passions and be able to help others too. Yeah. So it came from
necessity.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, at least you did something about it.
Yeah.
And you have a daughter?
Yes, I do. She's 9 months. I got my girl. And
I'm so excited for you. So you have 4 2 boys and then a girl?
Yeah, and her name is 7. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, so
she's
sweet.
our lucky little girl. So,
yeah.
So
well, I'm sure when you look at her too, and you can see yourself as you raise her, of oh my God, I'm never going to let that happen to this little girl.
Absolutely,
feeling that way.
absolutely.
Yeah, and
but
just have a different relationship.
I always tell my husband, I'm like, even though I've been through a lot, I feel it really affects my ability as a mom to be able to be okay, I've been through this, so let me teach you
don't have
different.
to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
totally.
I'll take that any day.
Okay, so when did your gut health issues come up? Was that all throughout your life? Was that something related to breast implant illness, or was that something of just realizing this is the first brain, this is the second brain? Let's walk through gut health.
I mean, to be honest, I'm I don't know if I was just bloated or overweight, or my whole life I was my stomach hurts. I'm I got some baby fat going on, even at 14. But I feel honestly, after my implants, I started getting really bloated. I was getting reoccurring TMI, yeast infections, candida overgrowth, just so many different things. And I'm like, what is this? I couldn't even go out to a restaurant without getting miserably nauseous and sick and eat anything, and my stomach just distending like crazy. But I really contribute that to my implants. But I've had to put in the work to really heal my gut. I was diagnosed with Crohn's, I had SIBO, there was just so many different things. I don't anymore, which is crazy. But
well, even that, so you're clear of lupus now?
I am clear of lupus.
That's crazy
and clear
too,
of
that you
connective
could reverse
tissue.
that.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So you've been diagnosed with these things and reversed them.
Yeah, I guess.
That's really good.
I'm not, I mean,
that
I'm
or
not-
my explant.
Apparently it's worked, but it's been.
I mean, having Crohn's alone is something that people live with their whole life.
Oh, for sure. But now I look back and I'm like, was it because my implants? Like, were they related? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, it's 100% related.
Right.
Because, you know, some people don't have implants.
Oh, yeah, we'll say allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, exactly. But, you know, that's what my story was.
Well, I feel like the gut health thing is so interesting, and bloating, particularly, like when you said that, I'm like, ooh, I feel triggered, because I have felt so bloated these past 3 days, and I don't know what it's like. Is my period coming? Is it hormones? Like, I think as women, bloat is such a part of like our everyday life. You're like, am I overweight? Did I eat too much the past week? Like, what is it? But then we've talked about it a bunch on the podcast. Like, gut health is a really serious thing, and it is a bit trendy right now. But I went through like what do they call it? Like a gut cleanse or something that they made me do. And I did feel so much better. What are your thoughts on, I know you do like a food first before supplementation thing. Like, what are your thoughts on just treating your gut properly day to day?
Yeah. So I actually just came out with my supplements reset. I've worked with women for 15 years. And the most common things that they talk about is bloating, digestion, constipation, hormones, all of the things that are like, this is why I can't lose weight, or this is why I can't be my best version of myself, is because of these specific things. And people don't realize bloating affects your everyday life. If you wake up and you feel bloated and crappy, it's going to affect your entire day. It's going to affect your ability to be a mother, ability to be a wife,
everything.
I'm telling you.
In it.
Well, I feel like when you think of bloating, it's not like just like physically, like, oh, I like look like I'm pudgy today. Like, it's forget about that, like that you're bloated. Like, you just don't feel good.
It's all of it, though. I looked in the mirror the other day. I'm like, what is this?
You went to Italy.
And I saw breastfeeding.
That should actually,
yes, 100%. Eating in Italy actually is better.
I think it was because I stopped breastfeeding, though, and now I'm just settling into this new body, and I'm like, ugh. Like, it does affect everything.
It does. Yeah. So supplementation, I feel like, is super important. As I always tell people, like, exercise, the diet is super important. But as women, sometimes we just need that extra oomph. And that's why I created my reset supplements, because I'm someone who wants immediate results. I'm not someone who could be like, okay, like, take this for 3 months every day and hopefully you'll feel better. I want something where I'm like, I wake up feeling good in my skin and then I'm able to conquer my day. So that's why I created my Reset PM Gut Cleanse, which is my de-bloat supplement that works overnight.
Okay, so walk us through the creation of Reset. I'm actually very excited to hear this, because I think there's so many supplement companies, and there's people that do it really well, and then there's other people that, because, you know, it's not regulated by the FDA. Anyone can create a supplement, put it out on the shelf. I want to know the ingredients. I want to know the science. I want to know the lab.
Absolutely. For sure.
Walk us through it.
So a lot of people don't know. You could literally go to a lab and you're like, I want to create, let's say, a pre-workout. And they're like, okay, do you want this formula, this formula, this formula, and this flavor? And you just take their pre-workout and you put your name on it.
And just brand it.
And like, you have no idea like what's putting into that. Like, you know the ingredients, but like, it's not you.
Yeah.
So I actually worked with naturopathic doctors, labs. I like ran it by my OB, the rheumatologist. I went through, like, I literally brought the ingredients and the formula to multiple doctors, like walked in their office and was like, how does this look? Like, do you want to try it? Like, and I came up with these ingredients because I was personally taking them all separately. So my Reset PM Gut Cleanse, it's magnesium oxide, which is actually the least absorbed magnesium, but it offers the most detox effect. Okay. So there's multiple different forms of magnesium, but oxide is the one that helps draw water into your intestines to gently like loosen everything and like push it out gently without
Does that
like
one also
pain.
help you sleep?
It can, yeah, absolutely. There's more that are like specifically for sleep, but this one does like help, but it offers more of like the detox effect. And then peppermint, we all know, like, a lot of different cultures, they have like peppermint tea after dinner, and they have things like that, which is really calming for your intestines, your bloating, your stomach. So when you take something that helps you use the restroom, you take peppermint to calm everything. And then it has potassium, which is really good for reducing stomach acid. So all three of those ingredients are powerhouse ingredients that specifically work fast.
You're too pretty to say the word poop. You're like, to use the restroom. I'm like, okay, Paulina, is it going to make us poop?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But gently, you know, and I think that was important because I'm like, if I was sending
we don't need the drop off in the morning.
Oh, and you're like, oh, gosh, shit, you know, excuse my language. But like, you know, you don't, no one wants that.
We need gentle.
Exactly.
We need pretty poop.
Exactly. That's what I want. So But all of these ingredients work while you sleep. You know, obviously I'm not going to make a claim saying this is going to be life-changing, but it's been so life-changing for me and thousands and thousands and thousands of other women who are like, this has changed my life. Like this, I can't live without this, because it offers that reset every day. Sometimes you want to wake up just feeling reset. You're able to do it.
Are you able to do it every night?
Every night.
Every night. It's safe.
Every night. Safe.
The way I will be taking this tonight.
I'm going to go text from you both tomorrow morning. And you're like, oh my God,
I'm like, it works.
Okay, you have to take a picture. Take a picture before and then take a picture of the morning.
Okay. I was like, take a picture of what? Of your stomach. Got it.
of you in the bathroom.
Okay, so question for you. Is it more so because of the magnesium that it's at night, or is it like more of like this is better to be when you're sleeping? Like, could you take it in the morning?
You could, but magnesium could make you tired.
Okay.
But I feel like, to be honest, it works better at night because of the fact that your body's rested. Like you're able to, most of the digestion happens at night. So you have to think about that. So like when you are sleeping, your body's working. It's always working.
Can you take it in combination with other magnesium? Like I take that
you can,
by Optimizers, which is like all 7 magnesiums. Like, am I going to be getting too much magnesium?
Yeah, I don't think you need it.
Okay.
And you can even alternate.
Okay.
Like some people choose to do it as needed. I personally take it every night because I don't want to wake up feeling bloated. Yeah. I'm telling you, when I miss my own supplement, I'm like,
should have.
Regret.
Yeah.
Or I've like forgotten it on vacation and I've like literally had to order it on Amazon. I'm like, here I am.
Yeah. You're your own customer.
Yeah, exactly. So.
How long did it take you from like thinking of creating this product to like when you were able to start selling it?
Oh, 2.5, 3 years.
Wow.
It's a long process. And that's something I actually had to learn. Like I didn't know. I thought you could be like, oh, let's get a supplement and create it in 3 months and like start selling it. But like to do it right, like even though you said it's not like FDA regulated, there's so much that goes into it. And people always ask me,
testing.
Is your product third party tested?
Yeah.
Oh, we go through insane, rigorous testing because I'm someone, it's all about like being safe, being clean, not having like heavy metals and stuff like that. And it obviously like magnesium's a mineral, but like it's really important for a brand to know that you're getting a really good product. Like I don't want to put something that's crappy out with my name on it. I want people to know like this is something I have poured my heart and my soul into and I want it to work and I want you to feel the effects. And that's why I feel like we've been so successful because people know how passionate I am about it.
Okay, so men, women, who should not be taking this? Pregnant, breastfeeding, like give us anyone.
So the only person that I always tell people it's safe for everybody. I took it during my pregnancy. My OB approved it. My husband steals mine. Like I have all of my clients' husbands taking it.
Like always, my Gus always taking your husband does too, but the Juna's supplements.
Oh my
I'm like,
God, he has all of my nightcaps.
Yes, it's like they always like.
Oh, for
they'll
sure.
never order it themselves.
Oh no,
yeah, just grab it.
Exactly. So yeah, so they can take it. The only thing is breastfeeding moms. If you do have a low supply, it does have peppermint, extract, which ultimately could affect an already small supply.
Okay.
But if you have a supply that's good and it's established, you're fine.
Okay. That's really good to know. I feel like with this reset, it seems like it was almost a reset of your brand as well in terms of getting into the supplement space, but you already had this very successful brand established. I would love to know how you were able to develop that brand and how you were able to get into the celebrity fitness space. It seems because we always talk about your personal trainer, it's kind of like your hairdresser, you're telling them a lot of things, you're gossiping for an hour.
You're spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's funny, I always tell people
it's more than a hairdresser. I see my hairdresser every 7 weeks. I see my trainer twice a week. As you all know, we are well into our wellness journey and always looking for the best things to share with you guys. So if you've tried all the health trends, but you're still feeling tired, foggy, or just not like yourself, you're not alone. The truth is, energy and strength start deep in your cells. That's why we've been loving Timeline's MitoPure gummies. They're the first ever longevity gummies powered by urolithin A, the only clinical proven nutrient that supports strength and healthy aging from the inside out. Since taking them, I've personally noticed more sustained energy without the crash and even quicker recovery after my workouts. delicious. Plus, they taste amazing, which makes them easy to take every day. So here's what makes them special. MitoPure gummies improve energy at the source, boost muscle strength by up to 12% just after 16 weeks, and deliver 6 times more urolithin A than a glass of pomegranate juice. And they're vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, and doctor recommended. So if you want to stay strong and energized now and as you age, you have to give MitoPure gummies a chance. My friends at Timeline are giving 20% off for our listeners. Head to timeline.com/chaos to get started. That's timeline.com/chaos, and your cells will thank you.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. All of my clients have become like some of my best friends.
Of course.
Because I'm like, we spend so much time together. I'm like, we go on girls' nights together. And it's funny because they always are like, can I eat this? I'm like, if you're going out with me, like, we're going to have fun.
Eating
we're
whatever
eating the bread, we're drinking the tequila. Like, we're going to have fun, you know? But I started as a personal trainer. I was 15 when I started training. I was 16 when I got licensed and stuff like that. And then my background was in physical therapy. So I was working at a physical therapy office. I wanted to be a physical therapist. And then I started training clients on the side. And I loved it. Like I said, my passion was being able to watch someone go from this to this. Yeah. That's so rewarding. Mm-hmm. But then I got married. I met my husband when I was 20. I got married at 22. I had my son at 23.
Baby.
And at that point, I was like, my goal in life is to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I really want to be a stay-at-home mom. And I loved that. That was like my pride and joy. And then I remember my son was almost 1, and I got a DM from, am I allowed to say it?
Yeah.
Okay. Emily Simpson from The Real Housewives of Orange County.
Oh, she was
on the podcast.
Yeah. So funny. I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she reached out to me, and the story is funny because she's like, oh, can you train me? And at the time I didn't watch Housewives. Like, I didn't really know who she was. And I was like, no, like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, I'm not going to train
you.
you.
Have an Instagram presence?
I'm small, but like,
How
like,
did she find you?
I have no idea.
That's fake.
Like, maybe, like through word of mouth. I don't know. But she's like, can you train me? And I said, no. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm a mommy, like, I'm a mom, and she's like, I'm a mom too, like, so then I kind of let it go. She messaged me again, and she's like, oh, like, can we like train together? And I told my husband, I'm like, why is this girl just like keep messaging me? Like, I don't even know who she is. Like, who is this? I don't know. And eventually she was like, okay, like, can we meet for coffee? And I remember meeting her for coffee and instantly feeling connected to her. And I was like,
she's great.
I need to work with her. Like, she needs to be my client. And we started training, and we trained together for almost 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was like my girl. Like, we had the best time.
So she had a big body change.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
she had a makeover.
Yeah.
And so that was you. You were training her.
I like to say
You
that,
like
but
it's what she puts in her mouth and the work she puts forth.
Exactly.
But you were her trainer.
Yes, I was her trainer, and I always tell people it's so much more than just like the training part of it. Like you said, you have a trainer. It happens behind the scenes, like what's at home, like how you like your energy, how you're
trainer for 2 to 3 hours a week. It's all the other hours.
Yeah,
at home
exactly.
in your fridge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
when
yeah,
you're at Javier's making those decisions.
Exactly. So then, I worked with her, and that really helped my business, obviously, and people were seeing her results. So then I started working with a lot of other people, and then people were in my DMs like, can you train me? Can you train me? And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, I love this. And I just continued to grow my business, and, other clients are reaching out to me, and I'm like, this is so awesome. Like, I'm just so grateful. And those clients have become my best friends. And I've had a lot of my clients for, long periods of time, and word of mouth, and I just keep growing. But like we were saying before, I train my like celebrity clients in person, and then everybody else is online, because I want to help as many women as I possibly can. Even if you're in North Dakota, I want to be your cheerleader rooting you on. Because I wish I had that when I was going through everything I was going through.
Well, and now with technology, there's no reason why you can't train anyone in the world. Like,
but
you have an app, and it's like a platform, and here are my workouts that I'm giving to all of these people that I'm doing in home.
Something different that I like to pride myself on than because fitness is so saturated. You can go on YouTube and watch a free workout video. Like, why would you pay someone? So I pride myself on the accountability. So you sign up for my app. I am in your messages every single Monday, I am talking to you. I am setting you a goal for the week because women respond so well to having something to work towards. Like, think about it. If you are like have a trip in 3 weeks, you're like, okay, it's go time. To always have something to work towards makes it that goal so much more achievable. So to be able to personally work one-on-one with, all these clients, I'm like, I genuinely want to help them.
Yeah.
So the way your online fitness business works is through an app that people do, like a monthly app, and you set them up with workouts or
Exactly, and nutrition. And then I based off of their week, I ask them where they're at in their cycle, how they did, where we can improve, and then I set a specific goal for them to reach every single week, whether it's a weight goal, whether it's a step goal, whether it hey, I want you to get in workouts, or someone just, this happened to me in my life and this is why I didn't do well this week. And I'm like, it's okay, girl.
Yeah.
Wait,
when you say your cycle, like your hormonal cycle?
Yes, because that plays a huge role.
We love this conversation.
Yeah, and we wanted to get into some hot takes on fitness with you. And
okay, so but while we're there, let's talk about this cycle. Like, when should you be working out really hard? When should you not be, in your cycle?
It's called cycle syncing. Yep. A lot of people don't really, it's kind of one of those things. It's it doesn't work, does it not work? But it does make a difference. So for example, there's 2 types of women. There's the ovulation woman who's like, I am hotter than I've ever been. Let's do all the things. Let's go shopping. I'm everything, Or there's the other ovulation woman who's like, oh my God, I am the fattest I've ever been. I feel huge. I gained 5 pounds overnight, and I'm breaking out.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, I'm like, where are you in your cycle? Because that right there is what is gonna, knowing that information, okay, I'm ovulating. Okay, you can take it easy this week. Then next week, pick it back up. Then you have your PMS and then, your period. And once you start your period, it all starts again. But that's when you feel your absolute best is 3 days after your period.
After you start your period.
After you start your period.
So that's when you can do HIIT, cardio.
Yeah, so you have your luteal and follicular phases. But it honestly really just depends on the woman.
Right.
Because I could tell you work out really, really hard, during ovulation, but some people don't feel good on ovulation. It's it's switched. Even me, I feel like crap when I'm ovulating, but when I start my period, I'm like, yes,
Okay. So when you say work out hard, I'm curious about this because I feel like this is so controversial, but do you believe in more of heavy cardio, HIIT workouts, or heavy lifting slow?
I feel like my perspective on fitness has changed a lot. And I feel like that's something that I'm able, how some people are so set in their ways and they're like, oh yeah, you need to lift heavy every day and you need to be doing HIIT workouts, and it just never changes their perspective. I did that. I did the HIIT workouts 7 days a week, did the hour of cardio, did the sauna, and I was the most unhappy
like a mental thing for me, though. I'm
so
like,
that's
I
where
didn't sweat. I didn't burn.
Exactly.
I didn't do this.
And sweat does not show any like
well, yeah, 'cause I could be
result
sweating
to
right
how
here
your
and I'm
workout
sitting
was.
on my butt. Yeah.
Like, let's say you did like a Pilates class and you didn't sweat. You still got in a workout. You're still burning calories. Like, it doesn't need, it's not the overall factor of how well your workout was ever. Because some people walk down the street and they're sweating. Like, you see like those guys just like dripping sweat.
Yes.
You're like, wow, he had a great workout from walking to his car to like, you know, it's
Right.
not like that. That's not how your body works. But, you know, the only thing I do love about cardio is it's really good for your cardiovascular health.
Yes.
Heart health, endurance, longevity, it is important. But there's other ways you can do that besides beating your body down.
Right.
Pushing a double stroller with heavy children.
Oh, absolutely. That's my
That is
cardio.
so
I'm
telling it. Like Disneyland, you go to Disneyland.
No,
freaking
I
once
told
every
my
other week.
trainer
Like, that's
'cause
for,
he-
like cardio. You get 15,000 steps, you're done.
He always says, like, after we do our weight training, like, oh, stay after for 10 minutes on the treadmill because your heart rate's, like, already high.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be way quicker. And I'm always like, I'm going to Disneyland tomorrow. I won't be staying
Yeah.
on the
She's like, I got
treadmill."
80,000 steps.
Yeah, I've got
Thank
it.
you. I'll be skipping cardio today.
Yeah.
But it is...
Yeah, I feel like the fitness thing is so hard, especially for women, just because we're constantly trying to achieve this picture. And now you have Instagram and TikTok, and it's like, okay, who's cheating? Who's on a semaglutide? Who has just got really good genes? And then, like, it's so nice for somebody that's coming from a background where you're like, no, I've been called the fat girl, and here's what I do, and here's what's working. I think that so many women get so stuck on, like, oh, if I just run on the treadmill, or if I do this spin class, if I go to this Barry's, like, you're going to get to this result.
When you think of it this way, everything you're doing to create this like overall physical appearance of like, okay, I look good, you're beating your body down.
Yeah.
What if you turned that perspective around and you gave your body what it wanted? How do you think your body would respond?
A lot better.
A margarita
Chips, salsa,
on a
and
Tuesday,
guac. Yeah.
a nice long walk with a girlfriend on a Wednesday,
And a Pilates class
a
the next morning.
workout, a Pilates class, a heavy lifting workout. Switch it up and your body will love it.
Yeah, well,
I'm
I feel
telling
like
you.
it's like they say, like happiness, even like it's just going to show when you're stressing your body out and your cortisol levels are high. Like nothing's going to be working the way that it should.
And I'm telling you,
it shows.
the fittest people come to me and they look great from the outside and they're like, oh my God, I can't lose any more weight. I'm doing this. It comes to an end where you're like, ugh, like, why is this not working anymore? I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And then you just give up.
Yeah.
And that's where people can't be consistent. And consistency is everything.
Well, yeah. And
Everything.
I feel like one thing that kind of came into my world recently with the trainers, like lifting heavy.
Yeah.
And I never did that because I was like, why do I need to lift
Yeah.
heavy? Like, I'm not getting my cardio in. And like,
Yeah.
what is it going to do for my body? But I feel like that really, for women,
Changes
like
your body,
changes
yeah.
your
Absolutely.
body.
Yeah.
Weightlifting, even though I'm not like a weightlift 7 days a week, weightlifting is the best way to change your body composition, especially for women. It's super anti-aging. It adds the lean muscle. Lean muscle
Great for your
helps you
bones.
burn calories at rest. I mean, like, who doesn't want to be like,
Burning
burning calories, and I'm
I
like,
was
you
a
know.
Pilates queen. I was, especially during my pregnancy, my first pregnancy, I was like 5 days a week on the reformer, like Pilates. And then I started lifting weights, probably a little over a year ago.
Oh, so you're new to it. I love
I
that.
lifted weights
I'm even newer.
I lifted weights before, but I wasn't like, now there's not a week that I don't train at least 2 days a week. Like now I'm just very regimented with it.
That's amazing.
And like I'm stronger. Like the reason actually is when I pulled my back out.
Oh,
Remember
yes.
that?
Yeah.
I pulled my back out, and Paulina, I was on a walker.
Oh,
I had a walker. I was like, okay,
Grandma
something's got to
over
get,
here.
like, why did my back,
Yeah.
and my physical therapist, he's like, it's because your core is not strong enough. So I was like, okay, we are changing everything immediately. And now it's like for having children, especially, like I need to be here longer and stronger for my kids, but I feel better and I feel like I look better and I lift heavy, like, and you can't tell, like, I
You
have
look
muscles,
great.
but I don't look like I'm like a
bodybuilder.
No,
bodybuilder.
we naturally as women don't have enough testosterone to be able to build muscle like that. So you're not going to get that way unless you're taking like a testosterone, like, support something. But it makes the biggest difference in how your body looks. The girl that you're looking at, that you're idolizing, you're like, oh, I want her body. She has a great body. Is not the skinny, like, super skinny cardio queen.
No.
It's the girl that looks
good
toned.
naked.
Exactly.
You want the one that looks good naked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the one I want to be. But, it really does make a difference. And I always tell people 2 to 3 days a week for women, weightlifting is great.
Yeah. You don't want to be
Walk-
skinny fat.
No, and walk the other couple days.
Okay.
It's great for your skin. It's great for your muscles. Do a Pilates class. Have fun. Like balance. Balance is everything. Everything.
I would love to know, you are a mom. How do you encourage women on their fitness journey during pregnancy and in postpartum?
Okay, so that is a hard question because my 2 first pregnancies, I had really great pregnancies.
Okay.
And super easy, worked out my entire pregnancies. And then my third, my recent one, I actually could not work out my entire pregnancy.
Stop.
Until
that must have been hard for you.
I had a high risk pregnancy. She was IUGR, which is like intrauterine growth restriction. Yeah. She was the 1 percentile. Like trigger warning, but they told me like I was probably gonna she was probably not gonna make it. So every day I was like, is today the day? Is today the day? Is today the day? And I remember her being so small. They told me any exercise that I'm doing, burning calories or not eating enough, is being taken away from her.
Strains her.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what a tough pregnancy.
So I feel like...
What'd you do, like lay in bed and...
I wasn't on bed rest, but I also had 2 other kids. But
yeah, impossible.
I was struggling with really bad like anxiety and mental health issues during that time. That was the hardest period of my life. But I'm like so grateful for like Instagram and like great friends who helped me get through it. Like I had women praying for me worldwide,
IUGR.
you know?
Yeah.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
So as that question, my perspective is constantly changing. Because I'm like, some people can't work out their entire pregnancy. What do you do in that position?
So you're constantly evolving. Podcast tell us like, oh, if you're tired, that's, it doesn't make sense. You get up and you push yourself. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I've had, medical reasons of not being able to work out during a pregnancy. And you don't know until you walk those shoes.
No, exactly.
Like, oh gosh.
Exactly.
Girlfriend, we have a lot to learn.
Exactly. And I feel like I'm constantly evolving and learning. But it was completely different this time. So what I would have told you 2 years ago is completely different than I would tell you now. So listening to your doctors. If you feel good and you have the clear, keep lifting weights, keep moving. Whether you're listening to your body or doing a class or doing something or walking, it has to work for you in your pregnancy. So everybody's different. Mm-hmm. It's hard to give a one size fits all, but just movement, any movement. I wish I moved my body because now I look back and I'm like, wow, I was a mess. Like mentally, I probably would have felt better if I did move, but
so scared
I was
of the
I was
baby.
terrified.
I would do the same.
Terrified.
Thing
I counted kicks every hour for like 6 months.
Were you? Were they monitoring the baby like?
I had 4 NSTs a week. 4.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah.
How big was she when she was born?
5 pounds.
And was she full term?
37 weeks. They induced me at 37 weeks because everything was normal. So like. Besides her being, like, I remember going into my anatomy scan. You remember you're like, you're 20 weeks and they're like, okay, your baby's like big or your baby's small or whatever. They're like, your baby's measuring at 16 weeks, at 20 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, that's small.
And then at 32 weeks, she was measuring 26 weeks.
Stressful.
Oh my gosh. I was a mess.
So they induced you at 37?
They induced me at 37 weeks. And I remember my labor was actually really hard with her. It's crazy. I'm like, I went through like 2 like super easy pregnancies, like no problems, like easy labors to like trauma. And they induced me and they did like the Foley balloon. I don't know if you've done that. That's the worst.
I haven't done it, but
oh my gosh, that's like worse than labor to me. Yeah, because you don't have an epidural yet. You're like,
but
it failed.
Yeah,
it failed the first time, so they had to put it in again. Then I was like getting really bad cramps, and her heart rate was going from like 150. This is even before like I'm in active labor, 150 to like 60.
Did they keep you at the hospital while they
did.
Okay.
They did. They kept me overnight, and they thought they're like, okay, we might have to do a C-section. I'm all sorts of a mess. But yeah, so then her heart rate, every contraction while I was in labor just kept dropping and dropping. And I remember looking at those monitors and I remember I was 8 centimeters dilated and all the nurses ran into the room and I had no idea what was going on. My OB came in, everybody came in, they're like, let's get this baby out. So I wasn't even 10 centimeters dilated yet. And my doctor's like, I'm getting this baby out. And he was like manipulating everything down there. I'm crying. I'm like, is my baby going to be okay? Turns out the cord was wrapped around her neck 3 times.
Oh, wow.
So the fact that my OB, thank gosh, he told me a 3 nuchal cord is so rare. Like babies don't make it in utero with 1. Usually, like sometimes.
Oh gosh, no wonder she's your little miracle baby.
So yeah. So that's like, so now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, for me to tell someone who's going through that, like, you need to be moving your body and working out. And
it doesn't make sense.
No. So it's changed.
Yeah, and every person is different. What about postpartum? Like what do you encourage women to just
walk
and
like
slow?
This whole like bounce back like mentality.
This bounce back culture. Yeah. It's hard because it's also triggering for a lot of people. Like,
some people do just like you bounce back immediately. She also works out very
Yeah.
hard. I keep telling her, like, you deserve that bounce back body, but for a lot of women, it's really hard. So it's, every body is different.
And I feel like even with me, it's been harder this time than it was my last two. But I also feel like I bounce back a little bit more in my core. Like I'm like, my uterus goes down. I'm like, okay, like I have a flat stomach, but I still have all the weight to lose. Like I'm still, even now, not at my pre-pregnancy weight. I'm a couple pounds away. But I just feel like it's so important to just move your body. Like I said, like lifting weights, or I always strap my baby to me. Like I get an elliptical at my house. Like that's my thing postpartum. And I just put my baby in like my baby carrier and just like go on the elliptical for like an hour while they nap. I'm like, okay, that works. But sometimes I'm like, you know, I'll put my daughter in kids club. I'll get a workout in that way, but it's hard with 3 kids and everybody's situation's different, but just keep moving.
Well, and now there's so many, like how you have it at home. Like there's so much at home and that you can do while your kids are doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Put your baby on you and do a class.
Yeah. And I tell my like celebrity clients that I go to in person, most of them are moms and they have little kids. It's so hard to be able to get a babysitter if you don't have a nanny or you don't have help at home, to leave your kid, get ready, go to a class. That's a 2-hour period that a lot of people don't have. So to be able to figure out what you can do for your body at home is crucial. So whether that's lifting weights, like getting a set of dumbbells, or taking an online class, or, you know, watching a YouTube video, or doing my app, or doing whatever, just so you have some guidance. Having some kind of guidance postpartum is huge, or like accountability, or another mom, like, okay, let's go for a walk, or let's do it like this workout class, or, and I think it's, now we're in a period of time where they have like stroller strides and they have so many like fit for moms. Like you can even bring your baby to a workout class, which I think is really cool. But just knowing as a postpartum mom, like you don't have to leave to get a good workout or to see results.
Well, I think the best postpartum workout is at home with your kid, because when you, which is like kind of what my husband talks to me about. He's like, this one workout that cost you $50 has now cost us $150 because now you're paying for the nanny and then you're paying for this.
Absolutely.
And it's like, wait, for what? For 45 minutes?
Yeah.
So to be able to like do your app, and your app can all be done at home.
Oh yeah, everything can be done at home. And I think that's important to know, like whether you're traveling, you're at home, you're a mom, you're a busy businesswoman who doesn't have time to make it to the gym.
You're in a hotel,
You're in a hotel, like you're on a beach in Maui. Like you can do it. You can do it anywhere. Fitness isn't a one size fit all. You do not have to be in a gym hitting heavy weights every day to be healthy, or to be a wellness girl, or to see results, or to even lose weight. Like you have to.
I feel like, well, not only because you're so cute, but like I love you just because you told me all the things that I should be doing that we're doing. Right?
I know. I was going to say, like, what's your best advice? But that was it right
Get
there.
off the spin bike.
You just have to simplify it.
Yeah.
And do like what your body is craving. I feel like that's like when you look forward to a workout, it just makes it so much more doable in the first place, because you're not like, oh, here we go, like me on a Monday.
Yeah.
So I won't be getting on the Peloton next Monday, and I'll have you to thank.
Exactly. I think I used to be, I'm sure you guys feel this way. When you are like starting your fitness journey, you're like, wow, that girl's body is like awesome, like so good. And from me, like having this as my career and seeing all the things and seeing the back end of everything, I'm like, that's not the girl that inspires me anymore. The person who inspires me is the 85, 90-year-old woman
still going,
who's still walking. Going.
Yeah.
She's still going.
Yeah.
That's
the goal.
And I feel like the whole implant and the explant thing kind of just changed my perspective on everything. And I feel like I'm in this like new
you've been
space.
Sick.
I've been sick. I haven't been able to work. I didn't work out during that time. Like, I feel like my whole life kind of reopened up for me once I had that happen.
So many trainers and fitness people, I feel like, just get so in the gym and on that goal. And so it's good that you've gotten off that crazy train.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You're like the lifestyle one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the most relatable.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean,
and achievable.
Exactly. Not everybody wants to be in the gym 7 days a week or can't. You can't do that. But just because you can't do that doesn't mean that you can't be healthy
and
look good.
Well, and like we said, like that's what people want in a trainer. They want someone that they can talk to that's going to understand. Like, oh, listen, the kids
if you
were
tell me you didn't Peloton, I'm not going to be like, you didn't Peloton today. How dare you?
Yeah,
I'd be like, okay, cool.
Moving on.
Yeah, okay. Like,
see you out years later.
I was like, you want me some margaritas and chips? Like, okay, let's go.
I love that.
Tell everyone where they can find you, where they can find Reset, and where they can find your app.
Okay, well, Reset you can find on Amazon. We are exclusively sold on Amazon because To be honest, who orders
Yes.
things that are not on Amazon?
Agreed.
No, we don't.
If I
We
want
don't
to order
shop
something,
anywhere but
I want it
Amazon.
If it's not
same
on
day
Am-
between
Wait,
5 and 10 p.m. Okay?
For the event tomorrow, she's like, I need tights. I'm like, Amazon. Like, don't even go to Revolve. Amazon. Yeah.
Amazon everything. I'm like, my clothes have become Amazon.
Oh,
lately.
yeah.
But you can find Reset on Amazon. We have Reset PM, which is our OG like digestive supplement that helps with bloat overnight. But we recently just launched Reset AM, which is your hormone, metabolism, appetite control, craving control supplement. So they both work amazing individually, but they work insane as a duo.
Okay.
So I gave it you guys. So you have to
I'm
be, you have to
starting
try.
this.
You're
Yeah.
trying it. So you can find those on Amazon, and then you can also find me at paulinafitness.com, or I have another app is called Reset Society, where it's affordable for all women. You can have a daily meal plan, exactly what to eat when you go out to dinner, recipes, everything in one spot.
Awesome.
Yeah, and workouts.
Amazing.
Wow, that's
yeah,
amazing.
but every day of the month. So you have that accountability of someone, there's no like science behind it. It's not, it's foolproof.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's right.
Click
That's
Monday,
what
click
we-
Tuesday,
for the
click
moms,
Wednesday.
yeah.
Like exactly. I'm like, I created what I need.
Kindergarten level.
Yeah, exactly. We got to simplify it.
That's what we need. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you for
on.
having me. It was so fun.
Thanks for hanging out with us. If you're loving Camp Chaos, hit that subscribe button.
Leave us a review and share it with a friend. It means the world to us.
See you next time.